আমি অনন্যা।
আমি অনন্যা।
আমি অনন্যা। আমি অনন্যা।
আমি অনন্যা।
আমি অনন্যা।
আমি অনন্যা।
নারী অনন্যা, তার পাশে দাঁড়ান, তাকে ঘরে বাইরে অনন্যা হয়ে উঠতে দিন।
এমনটা ভেবেই যে অনন্যা নাম নিয়েছিলাম তা কিন্তু নয়। আমি কেবল ভেবেছিলাম মেয়েদের জন্য একটা কিছু করব, একটা প্ল্যাটফর্ম, একটা আলাদা প্ল্যাটফর্ম, সবার কথা বলবো। প্রায় 3 দশক আগের কথা। তখন ক্ষমতায় ছিল স্বৈরশাসক। মিছিল সমাবেশের উত্তাল সময়, হাটে মাঠে বন্যার পানিতে থই থই। আর দুর্যোগ মানে তো নারীর বড় বিপদ। তাই প্রথম কভার বন্যা নিয়ে। আর আপনি যদি আমার কাছে জানতে চান কেমন সমাজ আমি চাই, কি চায় অনন্যা, তাহলে আমি বলবো, চলুন না সবাই মিলে একটা সমাজ করি, যেখানে নারী পুরুষ সকলেই এক কাতারে হাঁটবেন, একেবারে পাশাপাশি।
সবাইকে আন্তরিক আমন্ত্রণ জানাচ্ছি শিল্পকথা অনুষ্ঠানের 11তম পর্বে। আজকে আমাদের সঙ্গে দেশের বাইরে থেকে, ভারত থেকে কিছু বন্ধু আমাদের সঙ্গে জয়েন করেছে। আজকের পর্বে আমরা যে বন্ধুদের অতিথি করে এনেছি, তাদের প্র্যাকটিসের মাধ্যমে আমরা জানতে পারবো কিভাবে শিল্প এবং শিল্প থেকে সাস্টেইনেবল লিভিং এর একটা ক্রিয়েটিভ সলিউশন বের করা যায়, এবং সবাই মিলে কিভাবে কাজ করে নিজেদেরকে একটা নতুন বন্ডিং এ নিয়ে আসা যায়, এবং আরো নানা ধরনের গল্প, নানা ধরনের আইডিয়ার কথা আমরা আজকে শুনবো। এবং যেহেতু আমাদের বন্ধুরা ভারতের নাগপুর থেকে জয়েন করেছে, সেই সুবিধার্থে আমরা বাংলায় হয়তো কন্টিনিউ করবো না, ইংরেজিতে কন্টিনিউ করবো। আশা করি আপনারা সবাই আমাদের সঙ্গে পুরো সময় ধরে থাকবেন। With no further delay, I would like to welcome our guest today, Shweta Bhattat.
Hi, Sadia.
With
Hi,
Tanmay.
Sadia.
Hello, Shweta. Aditi. Hi, Aditi. And Usha Bhattat. We have Shweta, Tanmay, Aditi, and Usha Bhattat from Gram Art Project. Joining us from Nagpur, Bharat Singha village. I would like to start with Shweta. Shweta, thank you very much for joining the program with me.
Thank you for calling us, Sadia.
It's a pleasure. I don't want to start about the project. I just want to say that Shweta is from Gram Art Project, and now I would like you to introduce Gram Art Project and the team that you have here.
Okay, Sadia, basically about the team, we are just 4 people here, but in this Gram family, we are not just 4 people. There are there are more people, but for this meeting, like we 4 are here. But so I will introduce the 4 people now. I'm Shweta. I'm artist, and besides me is Tanmay. Tanmay is working with seeds. He's working with farming, and then we are collective working together. And
Shweta, can you speak a bit louder? Little louder.
Yes. And Aditi is here. So Aditi is again artist, and mainly she's working with the technical parts of the things which we are doing here collectively. So making our work more easy and working on machineries which we are making, which are used for the work we are doing here, which can involve more and more people, like more and more hands for working, and less electricity or outer resources. And then here we have Usha Bhattat. like whatever organic farming we are doing, she's into the processing of the produce. So this way we all work collectively here, but then the missing people like Ganesh, who is a young farmer, or Adarsh, who is pursuing his CA, or Parth, and Vednath, Nakesh,
Shweta, tell me about it.
Nutan.
Yes, of course, there's a lot of
Yeah,
people,
so
I'm sure.
yeah, so lot
Uh,
of them too.
I think that will be more clear to all of us when you talk about the Gram Art Project. Why this project is named Gram Art Project, and what is Gram Art Project? But before that, Shweta, can you take the earphone from Tanmay for a while you speak? I think the mouthpiece. Take this mouthpiece so it will be louder.
Yeah, it's with me only.
Okay, yeah. I know you are
I
like
just hold it closer.
you
Hold it
speak low
closer.
anyway, so just try to speak a bit louder.
Yeah. Uh, so basically, like
Yeah, I
Gram.
was asking that what is Gram Art Project, huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Basically, it all started 7 years back. I was doing my art, like I was studying art. I was doing my masters in Baroda in MS University, and some of my friends who were in Nagpur or in Baroda or in Parat Singha. So some of them were artists, some of them they were in different fields, and everyone were like. Uh, we all we all had certain concerns about the issues going around, and then what our role in the concerns, like what how to express it. So these all were the things going that time in our minds, and then everyone were like uh, 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 like we were just finding the ways that, see, like for myself it was like that I cannot see my art only for like only displayed in four walls, and then it was a very limited space to express myself. And in similar way, the other people who were involved, they were also uh, somewhat feeling incomplete to like voice their concerns in the way they were working. So we thought that why not collectively we come together and talk about the common concerns. And then it started with different expressions, sometimes with public performances, and everyone has the role to play in it in their own ways, and that's how a certain performance or certain expression would come out collectively. And then Bharat Singha being my ancestor village, and also some of my friends, like I spent my childhood here. Most of the holidays I've spent in Bharat Singha, which is just 60 kilometers from Nagpur.
So
Basically,
Parat Singha is the gram, is the village.
yeah, yeah, it's a village. Yes, yes, yes. So and that's how and we all like friends, we all were also connected to Bharat Singha in that way. So and here also, like we were connected to some people who were that time living in Bharat Singha and had certain concerns about the other things here. Certain concerns in the sense like um, uh, um, the girls, like with whom I have spent my childhood, and
Hmm.
um, and there's a striking difference in the life they were living that time, and the daily abuses, and also about the famine. So everything is so much interconnected. So like first of all, we all collectively realize that this is the space where we at least would really like to come and sit and see or talk our concerns, and then slowly it um, the idea of gram art project came into mind. So it is like it's not a project. Lots of
Of
the time
course.
we all think that it's a process. It's a process
Yes,
because it has
yes, I can
evolved
see
and
clearly that. Yeah, so there was a concern about your own village, and there was a concern about the functionality of the art practice that you went through your
yeah.
studies, and it came through a process. I think, of course, it's not only a project; it's still going on with several processes that we will reveal today through you and other members who are here. I'm sure they have equal amount of contribution to build this so far.
Yeah,
Um,
and this is one thing that like it's one thing that okay, it is my ancestral village, but most of the people now who all are connected, like it's nothing different for them. Like they are not connected from childhood to the village, but the intensity of concerns or connections are very much similar. So that's what I want to say because it's like it's not like that it's my
it's just
ancestral village, so I've started something. It's not like that. That it has been the collective process and the collective decision of like even naming Gram as Gram Art Project. But Gram is not registered entity. It's nothing on paper. It's just a name. Like so.
so, Shweta, you studied in Baroda in MSU University.
Mhm.
In what subject did you study?
I did masters in sculpture.
Okay. So I would like to go to Usha Bhattat, being the mother. Uh, how did you felt when she wanted to come back to the village and wanted to start working here? आंटी हिंदी में बोलूं?
हाँ हिंदी में बोलो।
हाँ, श्वेता जब पढ़ाई खत्म करने के बाद गांव में वापस आ गई, ग्राम में काम शुरू किया। होता है ना, पढ़ाई के बाद पेरेंट्स सब सोचते हैं कि कुछ और करेंगे, शहर में करेंगे। तो आपको कैसा लगा जब वो गांव में चली आई और इधर काम करना शुरू किया? शुरुआत में आपको कैसा लगा?
शुरुआत में तो नहीं अच्छा लगा था, क्योंकि गांव का और शहर का मतलब हम लोगों की भी आदत छूट गई थी। पहले मैं गांव में ही रहती शादी के बाद तो 3-4 साल, पर उसके बाद आदत छूट सी गई थी। श्वेता होने के बाद मैं नागपुर ही मतलब शिफ्ट हो गए थे हम लोग। उसके बाद थोड़ा हार्ड जाता था क्योंकि गांव का घर वगैरह ऐसा, वहाँ का घर यहाँ का घर। पर अब अच्छा मुझे मतलब गांव में ही अच्छा लगता है, नागपुर में नहीं अच्छा लगता, क्योंकि तब तो बहुत बुरा लगता था। उसको समझाया भी मत जा मत जा, पर वो आई, उसके पापा मतलब उसके पापा तो खेती करते थे ना। उसके बाद मतलब उनकी भी शॉप थी, फिर उन्होंने शॉप 24 साल शॉप करके शॉप भी छोड़ दी उन्होंने, और फिर ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग करना चालू किया। और मतलब और श्वेता का तो श्वेता यहाँ आ गई तो फिर सभी आ गए यहाँ, धीरे धीरे सब शिफ्ट हो गए इधर।
चलो, तो फुल फैमिली सपोर्ट था।
हाँ, फैमिली का पूरा सपोर्ट था।
I would like to go back to Shweta. So, as we can see, some of the key activities that Gram Art Project or process does. Let's look at the previous works that have been happening. As far as I know, that it's not only a gram or a village where you are doing some sustainable practice. It's also a place for a lot of artists, and it started its journey with a lot of creative involvement, and different artists from different places from the world came and contributed in many things with your brainchild. So if you can just put light on some of the things that has been happening in Gram.
Just want to clear one more thing, Sadia. It was not my brainchild. It's all collective process which has been like started. Just the thing is that I studied in Baroda, and then I meet lots of artists there. I've been to different residencies, so met some artists there. So that is why, like, I got the opportunity to invite my friends here. But then it was a collective decision to do so. So and not only artists but people from various fields have been have been coming here. So
Of course.
it was all the collective journey. But yes, see, lots of artists, they find um they find no meaning in displaying their art in just inside just the four walls.
Concrete four walls.
And
Yes, of
yeah,
course.
and they want to reach out to people because uh, uh, like it's a way, like it gives might be it is more meaningful to work
More meaningful, actually. Yeah.
in that way. And then there it's not just the villagers who are benefiting, or the space where artists come which is benefiting, but artists, it's a two-way process. Everyone get benefited with this process. And then whatever our concerns were, we were sharing these concerns amongst ourselves first, and then realizing, okay, how we can call different practices at one place, and more meaningful works can be done. So we started contacting people we were related to. Like, I invited some of my artist friends, some other artists invited some other artists,
Of course, of
and
course.
some
That's how
other
it
friends
spreads.
invited
Yes.
some social workers. Yeah. And that's how we were working on different issues which we felt that, yeah, it was important. And then also, not only us, also it came from villagers as well, like the
Of
people who are
course.
connected to us here.
True.
So
True. Of course, the
that
collective
is how.
process is all, I mean, indeed there. And that's why you all are here together in the program also. I remember you clearly said it's never a singular effort that I could present. So you all have to present. Very true. So going through some of the images of the activity that happened in Gram. So would you like to just tell us a few things about what is happening on the screen? You can see some of the works that has been happening in Gram.
Yes, actually, it was basically we were talking about various things. Like we did residencies on that's how it started. That whenever if we want to talk about certain things or certain issues, it is very very effective. If it comes in a creative manner. So the concerns about sanitation residency, or sanitation things, open defecation. So we did a residency on it, which talks about how the toilet looks like. Or because in village most of the people go for open defecation, and the issues which community as whole we face, or it was the major concern of that particular residency. In some other residencies, we were working on the space where there can be certain openings for people to come and express themselves. Like in this image, you can see there are lots of women who are all together at one space, and artists as well, who invited these women. It plays a major role, the creative activities which involve people. Then it connects heart to heart. And then we talk about real issues like alcohol, and other issues related to this.
Addiction,
And
alcohol, and other things.
addiction, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And then abandoned space. This is abandoned space in village, where we made some performances events to make certain live spaces. Then it's a village market. And then you can see this musical instrument which is made from waste pipes which we find in village. So to make
So
certain
different
things.
things were taking creative shapes in the village with the people from that village, right?
Mhm. So these are all our collective efforts, and the like I told that there are lots of people, so you can see.
Yes.
And
Tell me
then
about
this
this.
was yeah this was the space where lots of people used to sit for open defecation and also for gambling
Thank you,
and
Tanmay.
and also for gambling and while in collective meetings uh, when we discuss to children that what kind of space you dream, like if you talk about your village, then they told that okay, they want the space where they can spend their evenings, healthy evenings, playing different games and all, because we didn't have certain kind of spaces in village. So so we collectively decided of making this small space in
Evening
the area,
space.
evening
Mhm.
space. And then the village children, they themselves wrote a letter to gram panchayat asking for the light, and then there was a solar light in the area. So it was a very very lively space,
Uh-huh.
which yeah. So and
Yeah.
these
So
are the
these are
evening
also part of the
activities of
residencies.
yes,
Hmm.
yes, making seed balls.
So I
But
can see
our
different.
major concern was like when you come in village, you need to be very sure of using the material which you find in village itself. Like it's not like it should not be alien to someone that okay this thing we cannot do. Like जब कोई बाहर से आएगा तभी ये सारी चीजें होगी, ऐसा ना होकर तो लोकल मटेरियल क्या हो सकता है एक्सप्रेशन के लिए जो कि सब लोगों के लिए आसान हो समझने के लिए, और फिर ये सारे प्रोसेस होने के बाद, रेसिडेंसीज होने के बाद भी अगर कुछ चीज़ें कोई कंटिन्यू करना चाहे तो वो कर पाए.
Mhm. So I will go to Aditi finally. Aditi has been sitting all silent. So Aditi, I'm sure you have been part of all these activities all the way with everyone else. How is your experience and what do you feel about the work and how you connect yourself? थोड़ा पास लेना पड़ेगा Aditi.
I was a part of all these things since from the beginning, and I enjoyed a lot. And basically, I learned a lot from everyone
और
who came
पास.
here.
More close.
Sorry, now is it okay?
हाँ.
और बेसिकली हम लोग यहाँ पे जब काम कर रहे थे तो अब हम लोगों को ये ध्यान में आया कि खेत में काम करते वक्त अचानक से किसी के बहुत सारे बुलडोजर्स चले गए और उनकी फसल वहाँ थी, पर वो किस लिए गए, तो मुंबई में इलेक्ट्रिसिटी चाहिए इसलिए हमारे यहाँ से पोल्स जा रहे हैं। फार्मर्स को इस बारे में कोई खबर नहीं, तो उस चीज से चालू हुआ कि यार अपन जो काम कर रहे हैं उसमें भी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी इतना ज्यादा हम लोग कंज्यूम कर रहे हैं, वो चीज पता होना चाहिए। और उससे फिर हम लोग धीरे धीरे
Aditi, we can't hear you. Speak. हाँ. Now.
अभी आप सुन पा रही
हाँ.
हैं?
हाँ. हाँ. So you have to like hold it very close.
ओके, तो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी से कम चलने वाली चीजें यानी मशीन्स तो बने लेकिन ऐसी जो मैन ऑपरेटेड हो, ना कि इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पे चले। तो उस चीज पे काम करते करते हम लोग थोड़ी बहुत मशीन्स हम लोगों ने डिजाइन की जिससे हम लोग पेपर यूनिट में इस्तेमाल करते हैं। तो जितनी भी मशीन्स है हम लोग की, हम लोग हैंड ऑपरेटेड करते हैं। और जो मशीन्स हम लोग को मार्केट में मिलती है वो काफी बड़ा स्पेस ऑक्यूपाई करके काफी कम लोगों को एम्प्लॉयमेंट देती है, लेकिन इसमें कैसे होता है कि सब लोग साथ में मिलके काम कर सकते हैं और काफी छोटे स्पेस में हम लोगों का काम होता है। ऐसे कुछ मशीन्स हम लोग ने डिजाइन किए यहाँ पे, और सबके साथ काम करने में ये मजा आता है कि कुछ नई चीजें हम लोग सीख पाते हैं।
आई थिंक नई चीजें सीखने को भी मिलती है, नई मिस्टेक भी करने को मिलती है, जो अच्छी बात है।
Actually,
चलो, तो then I'll look into some other pictures of Gram. But first, before that, I think we are having some echo. We can hear each other sometimes. It's because you all are in the same place. I'm saying this for the audience just so that they can understand, because you all are in Parat Singha, in the gram itself now. And I would like to look at some comments that came. Um, Yasmin Jahan Nupur, so pleasure to see you, Shweta, Aditi, and their project. Wonderful. I think you know each other. So, and a lot more people are watching us. So it will be a pleasure to share more about the memories that they have with you. I think because so many artists have been there. I'm sure a lot of artists from Bangladesh have been also there. In between, I would like to announce a very interesting news. We are doing this program on Ononna's platform. Ononna is a local magazine in Bangladesh who have been always promoting and celebrating women. And they do an award where they award 10 female persons who have significant contribution in their own fields. And this year, 2019's award is going to happen on 11 September, live on Facebook at 8 p.m. So I would like to invite you all to be there, and also who are watching the program with us. I think it's a very very needed and prestigious platform for the female in Bangladesh. So I would like to continue again with Shweta. Maybe Tanmay, you can speak some part of it now. I was really interested to go to the organic farming when I hear your voice and your contributions. But now, before that, I just quickly want to go through the transformation that you have been doing in the village, and then go to the interesting organic farming and other creative formats or other creative faces that you all together brought out. Yes. So this is what we're looking at the village before. This is what right, Shweta? If I'm not wrong, this is what it would look like before. And then with all the collective effort with you, other artists, and the village people, it became this. Shweta, would you like to very quickly give us a background about how the village area is, how it is, how dry the soil condition and everything? I'm sure there were a lot of challenges, and there is a reason why the village was previously like this and it became this. So very quickly, can you give us a background?
I think Tanmay is good with that, Sarah, because
Yes.
water conservation and all, like most of the things done by him.
Yeah, Tanmay, just very quickly a background, please. Thank you.
Yeah, a quick background, like it's kind of opposite to Bangladesh, I guess, where it's mostly raining and Brahmaputra flooding, and I think one of the most severe victims of climate
Flood.
change is Bangladesh
Yes.
at present, and especially the farming community and the fisher folks there.
True.
And and here where we are based in central India, it's quite opposite comparatively, because here we have water scarcity. It rains for 3 to 4 months, and in recent times the rainy days have reduced a lot. So some years we hardly get 30 to 40 days of rainfall throughout the year, and that is the water that we have to conserve and be able to use it for all our needs. So considering that most where we are based, and all these practices are mainly inspired by what issues we have been facing locally. And as we uh, uh, went deeper into it, we realized that most of the issues come when solutions are being brought in from outside, where people are not involved. And after realizing that, we tried to search for solutions where people have tried to overcome these issues using local resources, without having to create big dams which eventually end up taking farmers' lands, submerging lots of back water in their watershed, and doing lots and lots of environmental damage as well. So we did a few small things, which is part of our farming practice as well, where we try to map the contours of the land and farm accordingly, so that create some small bunds, create some storage spaces. Like in the particular image that you are seeing,
Mm-hmm.
it was a completely dry area, and during the rainy seasons, these 4 months of rainy seasons, this area used to get so much waterlogged that you cannot do any farming there, because
This is the
water
area.
from other, yeah, 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 this one, yeah, where the work is, in the images you can see work going on. So all the water from other farms comes down here, and from here flows down to other farms which are at the uh, downer parts.
Lower
So
parts, yeah.
lower parts, yeah. So basically this was dug to catch that water, to create a water body which will support not just uh, uh, water needs of the farm, but also create a micro ecosystem, which helps in support, which we have realized in the past 3 4 years, that is supporting other beings as well. Because in
Mm-hmm.
summertime it's very dry, and temperature go can go up to 48 degrees Celsius. And so even during that hot weather, we make sure that water is there, we don't utilize everything for our own consumption. So many birds can take relief in that, many animals come
Yeah.
there. So it's
So not only
basically a
supporting the
ecosystem.
human, also the whole ecosystem by only a water
Yes,
reserve, simple
exactly, because
step.
they are part of our ecosystem. Like
Exactly.
maybe we together are part of an ecosystem. Like there is no ecosystem of our ecosystem and their ecosystem. There's a collective ecosystem where we all
Yes,
are
it's
part
one
of.
ecosystem.
Yeah.
Yes.
So these are, and to highlight it, there were many things that we did around these lakes, because uh, uh, many lakes are being dug through different uh, programs, through government initiatives as
Different
well.
initiatives.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but it is important, like Shweta mentioned, described in a previously, that uh, art is something where we uh, use our creativity to highlight that particular thing, which is seen as a very normal thing, so that people pay attention, it becomes part of the public debate. So
Yes.
that's a very important strength that art has. And so there have been many residencies which have where performances have taken place inside the lake when there was no water. Most recently, we couldn't share the images with you, because in all these images some things get missed out. But one artist came last year in December to build a boat. So this is
Mm-hmm.
a dryland region, and one artist came here and built a boat. So that in itself is a statement that, okay, where there is no water, somebody is building a boat. So right from finding the material and artisans, because for miles and miles there is no one who is an expert in
It's
making
the
boat, because there
function
is
of
no
the
need, but
boat
there is no water at all.
at all.
So that boat itself was a piece of is a piece of art which is there in the farm right now. So it itself starts creating a dialogue, that okay,
Yeah.
why is somebody building a boat, where is the water? And then the issue connects with, okay, if we make proper do proper work, then we can have enough water to even have a boat. So these kind
Exactly.
of dialogues and conversations start happening. uh, so yeah, so this is just an example how we can take one issue which is part of our daily lives here. And it is just, Paratsinga is not something very unique. It's an average, we say it's an average Indian village, but it is pretty similar. It's an average global village right now. It is, I'm pretty sure it is similar in Bangladesh, in Nepal, Pakistan, everywhere, where villages are going through the similar set of crisis, you can say, where
Crisis and
government
challenges.
is,
Yes.
yes, where government is trying to force in industrialization and not caring for the environment.
Yeah, the
And
majority number of population is actually concerned, I mean, shifting into the cities, mega cities, for job and
exactly,
education. So
exactly.
the government's focus is also there, and that's why I wanted to talk about the contribution that you all have in this, because people can say that art can't. I mean, art is not the solution of life, of everything. Yeah, art can't create a whole solution maybe, but art can definitely bring out the question, or point out the problem, like you say. But the boat itself points out the problem of the water not being here, right? So
Yes.
you directly or disruptively, art can play a strong role than in anything else, more effectively. Tanmay, let's talk about, let's know more about the organic farming, as it's a key activity happening in Gram nowadays, I think. So let's start with the organic farming um, journey. How did it all started, and then we will look
Yeah.
at the beautiful the crafts that are coming out of it.
Yeah. Vishweta can start here. How it all.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. Microphone.
Yeah, na?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so basically, when we were in like we were talking about different things, different areas. Basically, when we started living here in Parat Singha, uh, like farming is something which is connected to the mass population of Parat Singha. Even my father was into farming, like he's farmer. He was farmer, and then in everyday discussions we used to talk about, like when we talk about farming, we were talking about only cotton and cotton, because like everywhere people everywhere it's a largest cotton growing belt, like and every farmer is doing the same thing. But slowly, like through various discussions, we were getting connected to certain groups in and around Parat Singha. In Nagpur, there was a Bij Utsav group who was like a group of farmers continuously working on organic farming, seed saving, and that's how we slowly got connected to the circle, and where we could actually get the answers to our concerns or to our questions. um, and like there was always a question that if a farmer has the whole farm, and if he do farming, he she like then why there are certain times when they have nothing to eat, or they find the scarcity of things and commit suicide. So there were lots of questions uh, um, going on in mind, and
And
then
there
the
was a
uh,
high number of farmer suicidal
in
in that.
Vidarbha, which is the largest cotton growing area. But then like it is connected, like our village is just on the borders of Maharashtra. So
Mhm.
like this and some more villages, like in Madhya Pradesh, like we are in Madhya Pradesh, they all are growing cotton. And with certain with these things, like present things happening in India, and more addition to it is COVID thing. So the day is not far that these things come to us, like our village as well. And with all these concerns, we started like talking about cotton and started growing organic cotton in our farm. Started like we converted whole farm into organic farming. We started growing our own food, and with this the cotton, and the cotton we don't used to sell it directly to the like to the market, but we started converting it into yarn. And with this yarn, we started working with seed bands. Like today, Nutan,
And it
she is
was
not
all
well.
happening. It was all happening with the ladies and the village people around them, right?
Yes, yes,
Everybody
yes,
was getting.
yes.
So you were also creating employments for them in the village through the process, which was solving a lot of other challenges, and they were getting into some work, also getting involved.
Yes, it's kind of we all were creating employment for ourselves.
Yeah.
It's more correct to be put like that.
Thank you for correcting me.
Yeah, so it's majorly like women women led, and there is no led, but women run process,
Majority of women
which
is in the
yes,
process.
yes,
Yes.
yes, like uh, here as well in the
In the
webcast
show,
right
look
now.
at this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is very true, and this is actually representation, to tell you the truth. And uh, uh, we even here, like Shweta was saying, this is a majorly cotton growing region. It is very difficult to imagine farmers who have land which is basically used for growing food. uh, they themselves have to buy food from outside, and this was something which we started questioning, which we previously didn't, because farming was basically uh, it has been imbibed in our minds in the recent times as something for farmers, which will through which you have to grow money, not food. And this
Ah,
has led to whole collapse of economies and societies, and as you mentioned, the uh, increasing indebtedness and suicides of farmers. So somewhere, and we being in the middle of it, as we are connected to Vidarbha, and this being the cotton belt. So to highlight that, as Shweta mentioned, we started growing cotton, but we started converting it into uh, small pieces of artworks in the form of wristbands, which instead of showcasing in galleries can go to households of thousands of people, and initiate a discussion. As we were talking, that art has the power, like nobody has the solution, but what is important is to start work
start a conversation.
identifying. Exactly,
Yes,
and start a conversation, start acknowledging that there is a problem, and let
exactly.
us work together on a solution. And that is the right way of doing it. So how do we initiate that conversation? And in the images you can see, these are our uh, seed bands made from our own cotton that we grew here.
And what do
And
you mean by seed bands? So these are Rakhi, right?
uh,
Especially you make this as a Rakhi format, and you can also wear this as a
yes,
wristband.
yes. So basically, yeah, the initial idea was that, yeah, I mean, cotton is mainly used for making clothes, but clothes is a process where maybe not uh, with the amount of cotton and threads that.
Are you there, Tanmay? I think there's some network problem. Aditi, can you continue with this lovely seed bands? Holding your mic very close.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
No, I think Tanmay is also there.
Oh yeah. Yes. I just put the duty on Aditi, Tanmay, since the network was showing some problem. But yeah, so I wanted to know, Tanmay, what do you mean by the seed band? So let's hear about. I can see the cotton is coming from the organic farming, from the
Yes,
fields,
yes,
but then how
and
does the seed incorporate with it and the functionality of
yes,
it?
yes. So what has happened is, I think it is very it's quite important that, like, coincidentally, it is very important that we are talking on these issues. And though we are uh, uh, across the border, but this particular issue is very much connected to both of us. because
Both of
right
the
now
countries, yes.
Bangladesh is also facing the similar crisis with BT brinjal, the GMO seed, genetically modified brinjals, which was approved in Bangladesh, I guess 2-3 years back, and
Mhm.
the same is being pushed by our government here to be approved here, but there is a lot of resistance from farmers, artists, activists uh,
Mhm.
to uh, uh, to maybe put a brakes to it. But with cotton, we
Yeah.
already have that genetically modified technology in our agriculture since 2002, and the it was like very important that seeds is something which we need to talk about. So that's how seeds came into being, because seeds is something you cannot manufacture
Yeah. You can only collect them
in
from
a
the plant.
factory,
You can't
like
just produce it.
e- e- exactly. Once it is extinct, you it is gone, like you cannot recreate it, and this is the biggest erosion in our society is happening at present, be it any country in the world. And it therefore it was important that we start talking with seeds, and especially that is the strategy what the industry is using, because once you enter into the farmers enter into seed slavery, then everything follows, because then you have to be dependent upon their seeds, which require their
Yes.
fertilizers, which require their pesticides,
You get stuck
and
in a
then which
system.
require their markets.
Yes.
Exactly,
You're stuck in
exactly.
other
So it was
systems. And
important
then
that
you
we
can't. Yes.
yeah, exactly. And that is what has happened here in our village as well, that everybody is dependent upon the market for seeds, and they don't have their own seeds, everything is lost. So that's how seeds came into being, and cotton. So wristbands took a form because uh, I mean, if we make clothes from it, which we are going to do eventually, but it will reach lesser number of people, because it will require
Mhm.
more threads. It will become a more costlier thing to buy comparatively. So
Yeah,
we
and
thought
more
we
complicated
need to reach
process
out to
to create
people.
the consumer
Yes, yes,
products. Yeah.
yes, and
So
yes, we
what I can
in the
understand,
since
this
sure.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, you want to finish, Tanmay?
No, I just wanted to tell
Go
that
on.
even that, so slowly, we decided we'll grow into that gradually. So we use these seed bands as something uh, as a medium to connect with people and talk about this issue, through which we don't only talk about ecosystem, but like the images which you showed just now. Even in this image, people which are sowing and growing seed bands. These are
Yes,
basically
that's what I was saying. So
different.
if you put the handband, the seed band into the soil, it grows back.
Yes, yes,
So it's just not
and these
something
are
you
basic.
wear. It has other
Yeah,
functionalities as well.
exactly. And this we start with intentionally, as you said these are rakhis. So it was just that this kind of wristbands are used in a festival which is traditionally
Festival
celebrated by
in
North
India.
Indian Hindus. Yeah, in
Oh, okay.
India, mainly in throughout India, but more prominent in North Indian states, and which is kind of a patriarchal festival, you can say, where the tradition says that uh, a sister has to tie to her brother this
Mm-hmm.
wristband
For
as a
safety,
symbol of protection, that he
protection.
will protect her. But yeah, because this is a process where majority women are involved, we ourselves started having these conversations that why do we need to ask for somebody's protection? Are we weak? I mean, let us look at this
Well,
as
Tanmay,
something, a
we can
bond of
carry on that discussion.
yeah,
I mean, long way, I'm
yeah,
sure. But there is
sure,
so much more to show. I
yeah,
quickly want to go through them because I just don't want the audience to miss
sure.
such amazing works that you all are doing. So next we have the seed paper again. Um, Something that again can grow back and also raises the similar kind of concern I think that you were sharing. I'm just quickly showing the process again. Again, I can see the village woman involved a lot in the process. So how long you have been doing the papers? Since when you have been doing the papers, Tanmay?
I think so 5 6 years for 5 years. I think, yeah, mostly 5 years. We were
And then
experimenting with it, and
2016, 17, 4 years
4 years
back we
now.
started.
Hmm.
and how has been the response?
We
People have been
started
sowing them,
experimenting with it. Yes,
and
yes.
how has been the response?
People are showing. Response is good, like because first of all, seeds and paper is itself very interesting for people, and
Combination,
then
yes.
we get phone calls from people that they have written the letter on seed paper explaining the recipe, that after the seeds in the paper grow, how you can make how you can cook it.
So these are
Or
vegetable seeds
uh,
that are in the paper. So they can share recipes of those
yeah,
vegetables also.
vegetable big trees, like, yeah, yes. And
So I can
also we have
see.
made some postcards which talk about GM mustard, or for some we have made seed papers for some farmer protests.
Uh-huh.
So
So again, quickly, Shweta, I
a
can
farmer
see.
protest invites. So they have,
Sorry to
yeah,
interrupt.
just a second.
Yeah. Yes. So then I'm looking at seed balls. Again, it does the similar kind of function where you put seeds into a ball shape with paper mash, I think.
Seeds and yeah, pepper mash. It's all waste paper we collect from different
So it's a
places,
recycle
and
process
then
of the
recycle it,
paper,
upcycle it, basically.
upcycle it.
Hmm.
Interesting. And then you also use
Yeah, so this is how it goes.
upcycled clothes to make the bags to use them. So
Yeah, this is
from
all the
here,
waste cloth from boutiques. So,
uh
mhm.
so from here, I would go to a very interesting project that happens there, the land art project. Would you like to say something about that? How it all started? Of course, with land and farming and a lot of things, you all were connected already, but in a such huge amount, like such huge scale, it started. Would you like to share a few things about it while I scroll around the images?
Yes, because like when we started talking about cotton issues, or when we started doing farming, we realized that it is really a strong medium to express the concerns, and mostly the concerns to whom. So the first thing was concerns to people who were actually farming in and around Parat Singha. And to start a dialogue, we found it a very interesting medium, because this is like the people in Parat Singha, they are doing it day and night. Like they are connected. It's not a very alien visual for them. Just
And not even the
arranging
prime
some.
minister. Not even the prime minister is an alien visual. Where did the prime minister came in the land? Tell us about that.
Yeah, it was because there's one village next to Parat Singha. It's called Satnur, and like 4 years back there were 100 farmers there. And after the whole village was gone in a special economic zone, now we have only 4 or 5 farmers left there. And the whole as soon as the farms went into SEZ, they got good roads, they got good electricity, the industrialists. And the farms which we are doing for from last 100 years or something, we don't have proper roads also. Like in rainy season, we can't even walk to the fields. It's very difficult. So and then our like recent government, it's always talking about make in India. So it was a question, like if a farmer, if a young farmer wants to do farming, why he will like how he will go to like towards it if he or she don't have any facility. So
So
it
it's a
was
huge message to the Prime Minister to grow
yeah,
in India
yeah, please grow in
with
India,
all of
please
us.
grow in India.
So it's
Mhm.
all vegetables, and you have used the different colors of vegetables and leafy vegetables. Can you tell us about the process, how it is having
uh,
different colors and the shapes are coming out?
Yes, first of all, I want to say that these all land arts which you are seeing now, like the prime minister one was done collectively by villagers, and then we did a land art festival where we invited artists, social workers, and
Yeah.
farmers in Bharat Singha to talk about various issues, and then it was done collectively by during that residency. But basically we have used while we think about a land art, we think about similar crops which grow in similar time frame and
Okay.
can give different shades,
Mhm.
so that to differentiate between like the shapes or uh, yeah.
So I can see artists
And
and village people combiningly working
yes,
together.
yes, yes. And then
Beautiful,
the
Shweta.
graph, yeah, yeah, so this is the process.
So then again, I know some of your practices also, not only yours, Aditi's personal works, artworks are also connected with the issue of farmers, issue of farming um, and land. And you guys recently did event also connecting to raise again those questions that Tanmay was also discussing about, that there needs to be a lot of questions raised. So we will quickly try to look at a video which is about a recent project that you all did.
Mhm.
um, and if you can tell like just highlight some points of it, why and what kind of things were served there, before we end this end this episode with you all. I mean, just imagine, I mean, it's been 1 hour that we have been talking. It feels like we haven't been talking anything. Look at auntie have so much more to say. So we will
Yes.
quickly
Mhm.
go to the video now.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Yes.
Love how part of the exhibit was so forcefully uncomfortable. We were forced to eat this chalky, inedible chalky dip, and it even ties in so well with the environmental inspiring that we're not thinking about the things and thinking about your personal feeling.
Understanding the time, is there something nice choose?
So it was, sorry, you're having other voices. So tell me, I could see it's a good, well arranged dinner party. People are coming to eat and have a good time. But what are they doing with a hammer, and why are they wandering around the food? Just tell me about it.
Yes. Uh, it was so it was something which we have been thinking for a very long time, because as you see, as like many there are many, like I am not an artist myself, but there are many in the group who are artists who from their personal practice have come towards a collective practice, for artists and non-artists, everyone. And so it has always been a question of what should be our medium of expression. uh, and as we have most of our issues, that concerns which we had, which we still have been around environment, social justice, and where things come from. It became more and more important that the material that we use, the medium of expression that we use, has to be local, has to be something which we can trace, whether it has uh, gone through proper uh, and just processes or not. So that's how the cotton came, wristbands through which yarn artworks we make, where the raw material is cotton, that which we grow without harming the environment or any social groups in the
And
society.
here you connected with food.
Exactly, same way with
Were all the
land art.
foods eatable?
Yes, so we had to work on food. So this was something which we finally could do last year, where we threw a party for people in Delhi, which is the capital from where all the developmental policies are formulated. So we thought that, okay, thank you for
Developing
developing
the
in double
country.
quotation, for developing the villages and the country. So we took examples, live examples, where this particular development that comes down from Delhi has affected us in a very notorious way, affecting our livelihoods, the ecosystems, bringing in clashes within the communities. So this we wanted to bring in. So what is the best medium that we can do is through our artworks, through food artworks that people can consume, but which are edible as well as inedible. So that was a dinner for Delhiites, where we prepared food which was grown by us and which had edible as well as non-edible contents in it. And because that is what happening, like if we keep on continuing doing like this, the time is not very far that we'll have to start getting used to eating the non-edible, because
Yeah.
most of the things which we eat today from the industrial food system is actually inedible in a disguise.
So you
So
serve
that's
them
how
back their development.
yes, so for that these different food artworks were made, and that were presented through a dinner party which we hosted in Delhi, in the capital.
It's lovely to hear all this, Tanmay, Shweta, Aditi, and Usha auntie. It was lovely to talk to you all. We are almost like actually over the time that we have allotted. We're just at the end of the program. I'm sure there are a lot more processes going on, and we can call you all again with more members from the gram to hear all amazing other works. Thank you so much for giving us time and sharing the stories. Thank you, Auntie, Usha Auntie, for being a support to this kind of amazing. ऐसे कामों के पीछे रहने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपको, और प्रोग्राम में आने के लिए भी शुक्रिया. Thank you all. Let's meet somewhere else, somewhere in this world again with you all. Lovely speaking to you all. Thank you, Aditi. Thank you, Shweta. Thank you, Tanmay.
Same here, Sadia.
Thank you, Sadia.
Thank you.
And